So now we're going to join our sleeves, and it doesn't matter which one we do. I'm just going to grab a sleeve hole, and I'm actually going to do my sleeves in blue for my finished item, but I might just show you how to do it in the pink, and then that way it's going to stand out. It's easier for you to see what I'm doing rather than it just being all the same colour. So I'm just grabbing my pink yarn. So I did need to, I don't know if I already said this, I did need to join in another blue for the band because I didn't have enough with that little bit of yarn I had left over. So going down to the bottom of the sleeve, if you want to do two colours, I will put a link in for you in the description box for the cardigan pattern where I use two colours on the sleeves. And in this video I'm going to show you how to do one. And what we want to do is down the bottom here where we did our chain, you might have one like me, or you might have two or three. You're going to join your yarn somewhere down where the chains are. And just on the stitches down the bottom here, we're going to be working in the legs between the double crochet. So that's our stitch we've got here. We're going to work between those two. Bring that back out. So I'll just show on this stitch, might be easier to see. See how you've got the two legs, one there, one there? You're going to go in between, in there. So finding that bottom stitch, grabbing your yarn, just putting it through there. I'm just going to do a chain there to secure. Oops. Pull that on that, and that should secure it in there. There we go. We're going to work a single crochet for the first stitch, half double crochet for the next one. We're just going to work around the opening here, so half double crochets, yarn over, just trying to find the stitch. Let's go in there. And then from now on it's going to be a double crochet. It's really getting awkward in front of the camera. So we're just doing a double crochet around, and now we just get to the normal stitch so we can, I don't know why I'm working over that tail, I'm not going to rip it out anyway. Over the normal part of the stitches. And what I do is I write down this amount of stitches I do around the opening, so when you finish this round just count it. So when you do the other side it's exactly the same. Sometimes you might do one more or one less depending on where you put your yarn, sort of around here. You might do it slightly different on the other one without noticing. And if you have more or less stitches on one, your sleeves are going to be different sizes. So just sort of note that down, how many you did there. Just looking at that, thinking that's quite a big hole, so we could just go back. There's no exact spot to go into here, so let's try in there, and then in that space, and then that looks better. There's no big hole. So you're just going to work your way around with your double crochet. And I'm going to show you what to do when we get back to here. So pause the video and we'll be back in a moment. When we get back around here, you'll see we've got the single crochet and half double crochet from the previous round. And we're just going to crochet straight into the top of those. Just like we would crochet any round. There we go. And then we're just going to complete the sleeve for the length that we need. And I like to sort of taper my sleeves in a little bit as I get closer to my wrist. So what I'm going to do is around about 6 rounds from the end of my sleeve, I'm going to work a decrease, so a double crochet decrease along the seam of the arm, and we don't actually technically have a seam because there's no joining. But when you lay your cardigan flat, let me just move that a bit more. You'll have you'll have the flat bit like that, and you'll have just here, this is where the imaginary seam's going to be. So as it comes down like that, so you'll see on the side here, as you work down like that, I'm going to put my decreases on the side of the work there, which is going to be on the side seam of my sleeve. Around about 6, maybe 10 to 6 rounds from the end. And just do one decrease when I get to that section. Otherwise I find that my arms are too baggy in my jumpers, and I don't like it like that. I like mine to be a little bit more tapered. But you'll see my sleeve finished. I'm going to stop before I do the band because we're going to do single crochets around the band for the sleeve, and I'll show you in the next video clip what my sleeve looks like. So I have completed the length of my sleeve. I started my decreasing 10 rows before I got to the end. This was just below my elbow when I tried it on. And I'm now ready. I've just got to do a few more stitches and then I'm ready to do the cuff on my sleeve. And I've got this adorable little stitch marker. If you're wondering where I got that, I actually made it myself. And I know that's probably supposed to be a softball or maybe a soccer ball, but to me it looks like a yarn ball, so to me it says I love yarn. So if you want to grab some of them, I will put a link in the description box for that. I've got a Facebook page and there's shop updates every now and again, so go check that out if you're on Facebook. So what we want to do is, up to our stitch marker, we want to do our double crochet. I've just got to put a couple in. And just before the stitch marker, we're going to do a half double crochet. So it's going in, pull up, and then pull through all 3. And then the next one, we're going to do a single crochet, and we're going to single crochet around. Just having a look. It's the next day, and I can't remember what I filmed a couple of days ago. So we've already done the band. As you can see over here, we've already done the band, so that means I've already filmed it. And what we did there was single crochet, and we single crochet all the way around, and we're going to do exactly the same thing as what we did on our band that goes around the bottom. And I've done 1, 2, 3, 4 rounds, and I'm going to do 4 rounds on my sleeve. And then when I'm finished off, I'm going to finish off the exact same way that we did on our button band. There's no buttons on this one. On our bottom band, and we're going to finish off in the same place where we started our single crochets. So I won't show you how to do that because you've already done it on the bottom band. It's just a smaller version. And then what you want to do is complete your other sleeve. And then all we'll have to do is come back for the edging that is around the neck. So pause the video, and when we come back, it will be for the edging of the neck. We are now up to the neck, and we're going to sew the gap shut. I threaded the yarn tail from the very start, and we're going to look at the other side here, and we're going to go between the legs of the stitch. I'm going to come from the back side of it there, go through, pull that tight and just hold it there if you can, and we're just going to secure that so it doesn't get loose. So I'm just going through some stitches, then I'm going to go back up through the yarn loop there and pull that tight. And we're going to crochet around that, so it is going to be covered up, but I'm just stitching through. And then we can just crochet over this tail. We don't need to cut that off. So grabbing our yarn, we're going to join in just making sure that's secure. We're going to join in our yarn, and you can join in anywhere you like, but I'm actually going to join in the same place where we've done our stitches, because this is the back of our sweater. Now you can work some decreases around the neck if you need to, or you don't have to. Actually, I'm going to join over here so it doesn't get confusing. You can crochet into this stitch and that stitch and just work a single crochet in here and a single crochet in there, or you can do a single crochet decrease over those two stitches. So I'm just going to join it back here, just a couple of stitches, one stitch before the increase we've got there. I'll show you what I mean. So we're going to join in our yarn, chain one. The chain one doesn't count as a stitch, it's just getting us at the right height. I'm going to work a single crochet. We're going to work between the legs of the stitch. Remember how we did this under the arm of our one on the sleeve? Going into the middle there. You can either work a single crochet like normal, or you can do a single crochet decrease. So you pull up a loop, leave it on the crochet hook, go into the next one, pull up a loop. You've got 3 loops, and then you're going to yarn over and pull through all 3. And we're going to single crochet around. I'm actually going to work a decrease when I get to the increase bit here, because it's just very slightly loose around my neck, so I'm just going to work a couple of decreases. So we're going to work ourselves around, and I'll just keep the camera going till we get to the next part, and it's where the increases are on the yoke part of the pattern. So it's where the first round was worked. So we're coming up here. Hoping you can see this. You can see the increases going down there, and then right at the top here, that's where we're working on decreases. So we've got 2 that's worked in the same stitch there. We're going to decrease on those stitches. So going in, leave it on the hook, go in the next one. Just need to adjust the camera, there we go. Pull up, and then yarn over, pull through all 3. We're going to do this every time we get to an increase. Like I said, if you don't need to decrease your neck a little bit, you can just do a normal single crochet into there. It's not going to matter. I'm going to work this all the way around, and I'll see when we're ready to join. Once we get back around, you can work this in a spiral, so you can single crochet straight into that first stitch. I'm actually going to join it, so I'm going to go in, and I'm going to do a slip stitch. I'm going to chain 1 and single crochet into the same space. When I get to my decrease of the previous round, I'm actually going to work another decrease. And I'm going to single crochet across, and here's my next where I did the decrease, because you can see the 2 legs there of the increase, and I'm going to work a single crochet decrease. So continue around, and then we're going to join, and we are pretty much done. So I'm back around, and I'm going to join with a slip stitch. If you've worked in a spiral, you're going to slip stitch in the next stitch. So you're not going to join like that. You're going to slip stitch in that next stitch, and then just pull through and cut our yarn. Just got to find some scissors. There's a really noisy plane going over. I've got the window open because it's really hot in this room. And we just need to sew in our ends, so we can grab hold of this. And always sew your ends in on the back of your work. That way, if for some reason that it shows through, it's going to be on the back and you won't notice it. And just thread it underneath some stitches. Then when you go back, you're going to skip the first stitch where it comes out, and then go around under the next couple of stitches. And I've got one more tail there you can see I need to sew in, but I can do that off camera. Grab that, cut our ends. Yep, just making sure that was the right end I picked up. And there we go. So you need to sew in all your ends and your sweater is ready to wear. I am so happy with the way this turned out. I think it looks really, really awesome. I would love for you to share your sweater or jumper on my Facebook page. Also, you can tag me on Instagram. All the links that you need for those are in the description box below. Don't forget there's a free written pattern. Share this video with your friends. Give it the thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And don't forget to leave a comment. By interacting with the video, it will make this video or any future videos show up in your subscription feed. So you may have noticed that sometimes my videos don't show up in your subscription feed. By interacting with a video by thumbs up and comments and sharing, it will make it appear, and also future videos appear so that you don't miss one. I would like to thank you for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it. I really enjoyed making this project and I cannot wait to wear it. Thanks for watching. Until next time, happy crochet.